Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce pumping thick, creamy dollops of loveliness into your ear holes. Nice. Cross your legs. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Please welcome Mr. Ross Harrison.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please take a seat. Main awards are starting very soon. Can everyone hear me at the back? At the back. The back down there. If you can hear me at the back, I want you to, the masks that are on your table, I want you to put the masks on right now. So we're going to take a photo, we're going to get some footage of everyone wearing a mask in the room. So get the mask off the table, put it on. Girls wear the girls' masks, boys wear the boys' masks. Looking good, looking good. Okay, my speech. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all enjoying the 2011 Colours Awards. My name is Ross Harrison, Sports and Recreation Manager, and it's really great to see everyone looking so immaculately dressed and well groomed. Even Liam Davis has managed to dig out his dad's suit and make an effort, so well done. I say it every year, but massive, massive thanks to the gospel choir, who just get better and better. Oh, happy day! Oh, happy day! I'm not a member of the gospel choir. Also, massive thanks to DJ Glenn White, who stepped in at the last minute. My other DJ dropped out, this guy stepped in, far better. As the theme this year is superheroes, this speech is dedicated to every one of you who have represented DMU this academic year. You are the true superheroes and heroines, and you deserve all the plaudits for what has truly been a great year. Where do I begin? It's fair to say the last 12 months has sometimes resembled a script from a comic book. From the highs of the sports office getting a new sports administrator, so I don't have to organise the fixtures anymore, to the lows of getting a phone call from Liam explaining what was really going on in the coach toilet on the way to tour. I will never look at a biscuit in the same way again. From the ecstasy of a remarkable league and cup double by a men's basketball team, to the pain of a rugby and football varsity defeat in front of an awesome crowd. So let me first list a few of this year's heroes and also some of the villains. Will Asenzo, next year's football chairman, hero. Lloyd Pennell, ex-football chairman, thrown in a Spanish jail for being naked, villain. Megan Harrison for raising more awareness for this year's football varsity whilst naked, hero. Facebook for them removing said naked picture of Megan Harrison from everyone's profile, villain. Sid Mohammed losing 2 pints of blood from a head wound at varsity and yet still wanted to play the second half, hero. Sean Turner, 3 sendings off, 12 bookings in 1 season, villain. Hannah Tully, rower, netballer, dancer, drinker, hero. Rowing boat harness, snapping on the middle lane of the M4, causing 2 boats to be destroyed and 3 crowns worth of damage, villain. The cheerleading squad of football and rugby varsity, heroes. The cheerleading bank account, villain. And with that as an example, what better place to start than our wonderful cheerleading society, who always manage to find their way into my sports speech. Chairperson Natalie Hall has done a great job ensuring the cheerleaders are still one of the most popular clubs at DMU, combining a stunt group, a hip-hop group, an acrobatic hip-hop stunt group, and the newest group, the Superpower Acrobatic Breakdancing Robo Hip-Hop Stunt Group. All 7,000 members have had a great year. With so many members, sometimes it's hard to get your voice heard and truly feel appreciated. That's why it's so good to see men's footballer Leslie Caswell taking it upon himself to single-handedly try to make friends with every single cheerleader over the course of the year. Moving swiftly. The men's and women's football squads have each had a solid season. The men's team, under the guidance of Lloyd Purnell, have each brought through many freshers who have undoubtedly been better prepared for next year. All four teams, even though not having the greatest of seasons, all display great teamwork and togetherness. None more so than on tour, whilst round the pool wearing Speedos. In fact, this team spirit led to chairperson Lloyd Purnell becoming so emotional on tour, they decided to remove all his clothes in order to physically show his teammates just what a great bunch they were. Sadly, the Spanish police didn't share the same viewpoint. The women's team, one of the most developed squad in years, have had an excellent season. Chaired by part-time footballer, part-time stand-up comedian Lydia Ricketts, the girls have been a credit to the sports department. Very much like the men's football chairman, certain members of their club also decided to remove their clothes to visibly show how much the club meant to them. And for that, I'm very grateful. Men's rugby. Putting behind them the disciplinary problems of previous years, the men's rugby squads have took it upon themselves to try and be more approachable around campus, making them one of the most enthusiastic clubs this academic year. Through things like raising money for local charities, they really have turned their reputation around. Playing-wise, whilst the first team struggled in a highly competitive year, the seconds went from strength to strength, concluding their season with a stunning varsity win. Gone are the accusations of wild drinking sessions, random nakedness, and members going to the toilet in their trousers. Wait, that's all right, that's all right. Ignore that last bit, that was all right. Women's rugby. The women's team, led by Laura Gunnar, have also improved dramatically, picking a solid committee that has turned the team's fortunes around. This was displayed in their highly commended performance at this year's varsity. They also managed to keep the arguments and team fallouts down to a bare minimum this year, which is always a good sign. Basketball. When we think of superheroes, it's safe to say our men's and women's basketball squads have been coached by one this year. Under the leadership of their head coach, Igor Merkovich, both teams have managed to have great seasons, making sure no visiting team left the John Sanford Sports Centre without a fight, sometimes literally. Utilising the experience and hard work of Amar and Vinny, both squads displayed remarkable resilience, with the men winning their league in style. The men then followed this success up with a convincing cup final and varsity win in front of a record crowd down in the John Sanford Sports Centre. Well done, men's basketball. What a great year. When we talk of enthusiasm, many examples spring to mind, but none more so than Liam Davis's favourite superhero, Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman is exactly the term we could use to describe our netball team. Led by their chairperson, Steph Thornton, or is it Sarah Davis, or it could be Kate Liversidge. Carry on the hard work and dedication from last year, netball has managed to consolidate their position as one of DMU's most social clubs, displayed none more so than their most prolific member, James Morey. Other clubs who fall into this bracket include squash, led by Lewis Kimber, equestrian, led by Rachel Everson respectively, who, despite limited numbers, have both had a successful year both on the squash court and sitting on a horse in a field. Equestrian were another club to successfully win their varsity contest, just going to show that when it comes to riding things, DMU has no equal. Dedication and hard work can be a label associated with many of our sports groups. Tennis, led by Sam Wheeler, badminton, led by Tim Roll, ultimate frisbee, led by Richard Sutherland, and swimming, led by Jason Lamb. Each have all worked extremely hard to make their respective club and generated a new wave of members. Hockey. Under the guidance of Laura Thompson, DMU Hockey have had another memorable season. Both the men's and women's teams having strong seasons, with our men's hockey team coming or winning a tough league. This year has also seen the first mixed hockey varsity game, with DMU running out eventual winners. When it comes to hard work and the wearing of Jack Wheels gilets teamed with chinos and slip-on loafers, one club has stood out from the rest, and that club is rowing. Led by chairperson and Spectacle Wearer of the Year, Joseph Brunton. When he's not out shopping for rowing all-in-ones, he has led the club to easily one of their most successful campaigns. Rowing have been consistent performers on the local rowing circuit, breaking club records as well as numerous boats along the way, as well as making sure they hold the record for most amount of people in this year's team photograph. Ski and board have again led from the front in terms of numbers, easily having one of the biggest followings throughout the university. Chairperson Emily Honor has ensured that their annual ski trip was a success, and everyone that had a valid DSU active card, regardless of whether they wanted one or not. As I near the end of my speech, I feel this would be the ideal time to announce a special award. This unofficial award is for the most amount of time spent in the Sports and Recreations Office. Past holders of this award include several dancers, several cheerleaders, and a netballer. Somewhat worryingly, this title is now the prized possession of Demon TV Supremo Stanley Ashton, who has racked up an impressive 72 hours in the past academic year. Well done, Stanley, and thanks for the good times. As I said at the beginning of the speech, this year has been full of highs and lows. From the highs of a Wednesday afternoon without incident, to the pain of finding a number of grey hairs. Regardless of this, it's been thoroughly enjoyable. On behalf of both me, Jackie, my wonderful assistant, and all this year's exec, I would just like to say a big thank you to everyone who has made our life difficult, but at the same time made our life a lot more enjoyable. My name is Ross Harrison. Have a wonderful evening. And now for the Sports Club Awards. Firstly, I will introduce Liam Davis, your Vice President of Student Activities, to join me on the stage. DJ, let's have a bit of music.